Hello everyone and welcome to our YouTube channel. With us today, a good friend of ours, a colleague, Anil, telling his story about door knocking in this real estate industry. Welcome, brother.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, bro.
Thank you for coming, man.
Yeah, man. I'm excited, man.
Me too, actually.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people are talking about door knocking.
Okay.
Some are doing it and some are not.
Okay.
From my experience, I have noticed that a lot of our colleagues and friends think it's not a reliable source of getting leads, or they don't know how to do it. So how long have you been doing it?
So I was actually door knocking since 2019, and then
Pre-pandemic.
Pre-pandemic.
Got it.
So pre-pandemic, I was door knocking quite a bit, and then of course when the pandemic hit, we had to shift exactly. And since the pandemic, I've been doing it since November of last year, so 2022 to now.
So do you do it religiously? I mean, like, do you have like some type of schedule, or is there a way, or are there certain times when you're doing it, or you just go like, okay, I got time now, let me door knock?
No, so yeah, I've set it in my schedule because honestly, if it's not in your schedule, it's not going to get done.
It doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist. It's not going to get done.
It's true,
right? So I actually have it every Tuesdays and Thursdays. I go door knocking.
Okay.
9 to 12. I normally aim for around that time, and yeah, just based
so that's before noon, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah,
like,
I try to go in the mornings, get it done before you do all your afternoon follow-ups and whatever else real estate has.
Are there any horror stories?
I mean,
or examples like, like.
All right, let's see.
Preview. I mean.
Yeah, I mean, before I actually started door knocking, I didn't realize a lot of people are actually super friendly. They do let you into their house. I thought that was a little like extreme,
over the top,
I didn't expect that to actually be a thing. But since I've been doing it, like, you do see a lot of people do invite you in, and
sure.
Yeah, and in terms of horror stories, honestly, our minds are the biggest liars. They tell you it's going to be really bad, but honestly, no really bad experiences. You just got to be sometimes aware. People do have dogs. Just be alert, because sometimes the dogs run out. But
and stuff like
in terms of people like bothering you or saying like negative things, nothing really.
I mean, like, are there any particular ways you do it? You know, like do you knock and then you go back a couple of steps just out of
exactly
respect, or something like that?
So the way I do it normally, exactly what you said. So I do knock. I take a few steps back just so I'm less intimidating.
Sure.
If they have a few stairs, normally I go down one stair just to look less intimidating, especially if it's just a female home alone. Normally they're a little more scared to answer the door. So
of course.
You do have to take a few steps back. Just
expected, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, and just look like less scary in a sense.
Sure.
Right?
So when you say that, like I mean, there are different ways in picking your community, or picking the particular area where you're gonna knock, and the actual density where you're knocking, right? Like, you can knock in a subdivision where they have more townhomes, semis, or single estate lots.
Yeah.
I mean, like, there's a difference. Like, people don't realize if they have never door knocked. Knocking on 100 townhomes, it's completely different than knocking on 100 detached homes in terms of time, in terms of walking up and down and stuff like that, right? So
yeah, speaking on that, that's a big thing. Honestly, choosing your area, your farm that you're gonna be working, that's a big thing. So what I recommend for people that are looking to do door knocking is find an area that if you live in that area and you want to work kind of close proximity, that's cool too. But find your area, find basically the turnover. So find how much homes are selling, find the prices they're selling at. And if it has a good turnover rate and you're seeing a lot of properties sell in that area, it's definitely worth it to go and work it. Yeah.
Sure. So I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
I have to say.
Thank you.
I'm very proud of you. And I remember the day you walked in the office, and I remember what it looked like.
Yeah.
And I remembered sitting in classrooms and absorbing everything. Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like now I'm looking at you, you're like an adult, you know what I mean? Like it's been a few years now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I was a scared 22-year-old when I got into the industry. I'm 29 now.
Yeah. Like it's crazy, right?
Crazy.
Like time flies, first of all.
Yeah.
And second of all, like I remember when you just got in and we were talking about scripting.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I remember your face, like almost like looking at me is like, I don't know what you were thinking, but probably most people are thinking, why should I do that? Like kind of thing, you know what I mean? Like it almost, it doesn't have that effect, you know what I mean? Like, okay, this is what you will ask and this is how you will prepare. They're like, why?
Why can't I just go in and speak to people, right?
So tell me a little bit about scripting. Did it actually help you?
Yeah, so scripting, I come from an athlete background. I used to play soccer and stuff. So I believe, honestly, you have to do the drills and the things in order to get better. Scripting is one thing. What you notice when you're talking to people, clients, or even leads, you're noticing they're saying the same things over and over again.
There's a pattern.
There's a pattern, exactly. You're seeing people say, I'm waiting till the spring. There's like, I have another agent I'm working with. What's your commission? These are common things you hear.
Sure.
Right? So scripting, what it really does is it prepares you for these objections you're going to hear. It gets you confident when you do have to answer them. And it teaches you basically how to conversate better. Because if you just go in trying to wing it, sometimes it works. Majority of the times it's not.
Most of the time it will not work.
Majority of the time it will not work. I've noticed for myself when I was door knocking in 2019 versus now, I'm knocking less doors, but I'm getting more numbers.
More results.
More results. Exactly. My conversions are actually up.
So I think there's a couple of factors. Like obviously, like you know the scripting. I know your scripting abilities now don't sound like a script. So you're having like a natural conversation with them, even though in your head, I'm going to call it a script, but it's more a pattern where you want to end up with the question, right? So it sounds like you're having a casual conversation, but deep down, you know, these are the points I got to hit.
Yeah.
This is what's going to happen. That's what I will get out of you, and that's how much you're going to get out of me. And how are we going to sit on a kitchen table and handle the objections that you might have?
Yeah. So, I mean, it used to be when I started scripting, it sounded a lot more robotic. Like you're answering certain questions a certain way. The more you do it, exactly what you said, it becomes natural. At this point, it's just casual conversation now. You're confident in your abilities to handle certain scripts. Of course, you stumble once in a while, but that's what
everybody does. I mean,
right?
it's normal. I mean, you cannot get them all, right? And there's different variations and different situations. And like you mentioned, working with other realtors and stuff like that, sometimes you can get these people to realize that you're a better candidate. It's just what it comes down to. Like I'm a better businessman of doing your transaction.
Exactly.
You're not selling, you know what I mean, cookies on a stand, lemonade stand. It's the biggest
transaction of your life,
right? So these things are very important, and I have seen you both, like in door knocking, scripting, and on phone. Right? Like you do a lot of leads on your phone and stuff like that. So
absolutely.
So from your point of view, are there any differences in terms of like going face-to-face, door knocking, and being on the phone? Yeah, so
face-to-face, it's a little more, I guess, intimidating is the word, because there's someone in front of you. However, people are a lot nicer. They're less likely to say something rude to you face-to-face versus on the phone. So over the phone, I actually get more, not bad rejections, but people are easier to say no over a phone versus in person. Right, so that's one of the major things.
So I think the reason being, like, you're right in front of them.
Yeah,
and we're by nature we like to communicate, 100%. We like to be in person and stuff like that, right? So I think when they see you, when they feel your energy, when they know what this is all about, and if you know how to, also your body language has to match what you're saying as well, right? because you could be moving your hands too fast, talking slow, and they're like, this guy's weird, or the other way around. I think you kind of have to train to get better in all of the fields in order for it to work.
Yeah.
Correct?
Definitely, yeah. Like you said, it's much less confrontational over the phone versus in person. So it's a lot easier to speak to someone over the phone. However, it is a big thing. With your door knocking, you have to learn to follow up with leads. I mean, I learned that early on from guys like yourself.
Yeah.
The leads you do get, you have to be able to work those. You can't just knock the doors and expect all the business to come immediately. That comes with time, with the follow-up. That's where actually most of the business is made, in the follow-up.
So it is interesting you say that, and obviously we know, 25% is scripting.
100%.
Then the other 25% is you actually getting out on the field.
Yeah.
And then the 50% of it is actually working the lead,
That you get.
talking to the lead, build up not only a conversation, a relationship, I would say. I think it's the word here. Build that relationship so they can trust you, and then you almost feel when they start to communicate back to you, asking you questions, opening your emails, your junk emails and stuff like that, right? Like they're not interested, but they read every email, right? And stuff like that. So I think there's a pattern as you go, but you yourself have to go through the process, right? Like, I can tell you all of the above, but you have to feel it. You have to feel the pain, right? Like going through it.
Absolutely.
So I'm knowing you for a long time, and like I said, I'm very proud of you, and I know how hard you worked to get where you are right now.
Yeah.
You don't have to share and disclose, but do you have any closings coming?
Yeah, I mean, this is actually my best month since I've been in real estate since 2017.
Are you going to disclose the number or no?
Yeah, I did 7 transactions this
Good
month.
for you, see? So it paid off, right?
It's paid off, yeah. It's
7 transactions.
Yeah,
Very
this month.
proud. Yeah.
Thank you, bro.
So you changed, like definitely a professional, and I'm looking definitely want to see with you. I think the next step, like with you and with guys and ladies that we have in here, like yourself, it's building the team and teaching, down the road. Like that's your next step.
Yeah.
Like, like setting up a crew, having that scripting, like taking everybody out on the field trip.
Yeah.
And let's lead. Anil will lead the group, and let's see what's gonna come out. Okay.
Yeah.
Very proud. Listen, thank you so much for coming. I know your schedule. I know you've been on the phone for a long. Every time I see you, the guy's on the phone, right? So very proud. I hope you guys like this video, and for all of you watching this video, Anil with eXp Realty.